So before we start the video, I'd like to ask you guys to please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video, as it helps the channel grow. So, let's get into it. Alright, so the NBA season has officially come to a close, and for the Chicago Bulls, they will be going into a crucial play-in game against the Toronto Raptors on Wednesday. In this video, I'm just going to give y'all 3 keys to the game that I think the Bulls should do to be able to win this game. So without further ado, let's get into it. What's up guys, KT here, back at it with another video. Today, we're doing the Bulls. It's been a while since I've done a Bulls video on this channel. I think the last video I did for the Bulls was in the beginning of the year when they faced the Miami Heat. Since then, it's been a very up and down season for the Bulls, and Bulls fans especially. The team was faltering early in the year. In fact, it looked like they weren't even going to make the play-in game. After the trade deadline, they kind of got their stuff together. While not very up and down, they were still better than in the beginning of the year. So here we are. They're going into a crucial play-in game against the Toronto Raptors, and I got 3 keys for you guys that I think the Bulls should do to be able to win this game. So I'm gonna get right into it, starting with the first key. It's always important, especially when you play the Toronto Raptors, a very long and rangy team, but a very undersized team, is you're gonna have to establish Nikola Vucevic early in the post. Nikola Vucevic, without question, has been one of the Bulls' most up and down and polarizing players since he's been here. There's so much untapped potential with Vooch in this offense, just because we have 2 very ball-dominant guards and 2 very good guards in that matter. It seems like Vooch doesn't really get featured enough as he should be. But going into this game against the Toronto Raptors, yes, a team that's very long and rangy, but a team that's very undersized. They should be feeding Vooch the ball early, as there is probably nobody on that team who can guard Nikola Vucevic in the post. Especially when your starting lineup is going to be Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent Jr., OG Anunoby, Scotty Barnes, and probably Pascal Siakam at the 5. So there should be no reason why the Bulls shouldn't be able to go to Nikola Vucevic early. If they do go to Nikola early, that will set up very good shots for him, but it will also set up very good shots for his teammates, especially a lot of open threes, as help will be coming from somewhere, as usually the Toronto Raptors are not going to have enough size, and they're not going to have a favorable matchup against Nikola Vucevic in this game. So you're going to get a lot of open shots if you establish Vuce early. It's just a matter of doing it, that the Bulls will have to work out. So I think they should establish Nikola Vucevic early, get him started early, get him rolling. Once the game progresses, he'll be able to, decipher what pass he needs to make, and that will get guys open shots. So yeah, get Nikola Vucevic involved early. Point number 2, the Bulls cannot get out hustled in this game. The Bulls are going to have to fight for every turnover, every 50-50 ball, every rebound. In these past few weeks, especially later into the season, the Bulls were kind of faltering with that. They've been getting out rebounded a lot. They've been turning the ball over a lot, not hustling for the 50-50 balls. And for a championship team in the Toronto Raptors just a few years ago, coached by Nick Nurse, a very good coach who preaches effort and intensity and has a very good defensive strategy, especially when he seems to play the Chicago Bulls. Hustling and rushing for them 50-50 balls, not turning the ball over, giving good effort on defense, which I'll get to in a moment, getting rebounds is going to be important in this game. Not giving them too many second chance points, not giving them too many turnovers, not giving them the 50-50 balls, getting out in transition. You're going to have to out hustle Toronto. I think the Bulls can do that. They've been doing it more ever since the trade deadline, when they traded for Patrick Beverley. But we still see some of those lapses here and there when they're not hustling, when it doesn't seem like they're hustling on offense, defense, or for rebounds for whatever reason. So I think the Bulls are going to have to really, really preach effort and intensity going into this Toronto game, because I guarantee you Toronto will come out with very good intensity, because that's what they do. They're a scrappy team, they're a physical team, and they like to not only turn the ball over, but they like to hustle for those 50-50 balls. They like to give effort on rebounding. Even though not being the biggest team in the world, they still do give a lot of effort. So, effort and intensity will be a big key for this game. The Bulls cannot get out hustled by the Toronto Raptors on Wednesday. The third key when you go into the game on Wednesday is I think good defense. I think, communicating on defense, running guys off the 3-point line, not giving them too many open 3-point looks will be crucial. That means all 5 guys are going to have to be on the same page, especially on defense. Nikola Vucevic is going to have to step up on the screens. Guys are going to have to be aware on where they're going to have to help or where they're going to have to rotate, because this Toronto Raptors team, they run a very good system of offense. Not a great system of offense, but a good one, especially against teams that don't communicate well. So all 5 guys are going to have to be communicating. They're going to have to know when to help, when to step off their man. Don't give up too many open 3-pointers. Defensive effort will be key for this game. You do not want to get into a shooting contest with Toronto, because you're most likely going to lose. Even though they're not the greatest shooting team in the world, they can still outshoot the Bulls pretty easily. So yeah, you're gonna have to give some defensive intensity. That means communicating on screens, knowing when to help, knowing when not to help, knowing when to rotate on shooters. Run Gary Trent Jr. and Fred VanVleet off the 3-point line. If they do that, Zach LaVine can't have his defensive lapses. If they do that, they have a much better chance to win this game, because they can, when the Bulls are on defense, they can lock people down, and I think they have the ability to do that. It's just mainly an effort and intensity thing, and especially a communication issue. So if they have good communication and they're giving effort, I think they'll be able to lock down this Toronto team. But and they'll be able to win. But it all starts on that defensive end. Oh, and not to mention forcing turnovers as well. Force your own turnovers and get into transition. That's also a part of defense. When you get those crucial turnovers, get into transition, because most likely Toronto is not going to be willing to run with you in transition. So, obviously, being a Bulls fan, I'm going to be biased here. I got the Bulls winning 115-105. I have them moving on to their next play-in game. If they do win this play-in game, they'll be either playing the Miami Heat or the Atlanta Hawks for the opportunity to play the Milwaukee Bucks in the first round. But I got the Bulls winning this game. I really don't see why they shouldn't win this game. They have the size advantage. They have the talent advantage. It's all based on effort and intensity. I think if the Bulls come out and give 100% effort, they communicate on defense, and they get Vooch involved early, then there should be no reason why they shouldn't win this game. But all their players have to come out and set the tone. Their stars have to come out and set the tone. Their role players have to start hitting some of their shots, and they all have to compete and hustle for this game if they want to have even the slightest chance to make the playoffs. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Who do you think will win this game? Do you got Toronto winning, or do you got the Bulls winning this game? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the videos. It helps the channel grow. Hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I drop one of these Bulls videos. Follow me on social media. Let's get ready for the game on Wednesday. As always, see red, people. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm out. Peace.